Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I am a fourth year foundation phase student, and today I am going to talk about language lessons. I'm going to give you an example of an intro, a main activity that you can do on the mat, and an activity that you can do at the stations. Now these lessons are specific to grade R, and these are activities that I used during my practical. So first things first, as an introduction, I had these little carrots, and as you can see they have letters on them. These are the revision letters that the learners had done before. So before I started practical, these are the letters that they had already learned. And what I did, because my theme was pets, I did carrots, and I had a big box with a rabbit on it, and they had to feed the rabbit the letters. And as they were feeding the rabbit the letters, they had to say the letter. I don't know if that makes any sense, but basically they would feed the rabbit, and then it might be backwards because of the camera, but this is actually a D, so they would have to say d, 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 and feed the rabbit like that. And they each got a turn, and they absolutely loved it. It was a very popular activity, and they wanted to just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. But this is a great way to do revision. Another sort of the same way that you can do this is if you are doing animals, you can have little animals with letters on them and stick them all over the classroom, and then they can all put their binoculars on and look around the classroom as if they are on a safari. Like, you really have to set the scene. Everything you do in foundation phase has to have a story, and you have to really, foundation phase teaching, or all teaching in general, is basically 90% theatre and 10% teaching. So just remember that when you do your lessons. The next activity is one of my station activities. So in grade R, they typically rotate with from table to table, and then one group is with you on the mat. So this is one of my table activities. They each got a set of pictures with the different animals, and it didn't even have to be animals because it was a language lesson, but I tried to stick to the theme as much as possible. And then they also got little pigs. I don't know if you can see the letters on the pigs, and then they had to sound the word out. So they had to, if it was a dog, they had to decide that the word started with a D, and then therefore pegging the beginning sound onto the dog. They each got a set of pigs and a set of pictures, and they had to put the beginning sound with each picture. Another table activity that the learners absolutely loved was to work with clay. And clay has many benefits, such as working with fine motor skills, and it really helps strengthen those finger muscles in terms of when they need to be writing, etc. It also helps with letter formation. So what I did is, we did the letter A, and what they did is they had to roll the clay into one long snake, and they had to form the letters A. They had to make big ones, small ones, and then you can also give them beads or buttons or whatever to push into the clay, not push it all the way down, but to like decorate it. And that way they practice the letter formation as well. And then lastly, a math activity. This one, each learner got a set of these three. This was part of the very first language lesson that I did on the very first full day that I did with the grade R's. And it was a revision lesson that we did with the sounds that and the phonics that they had done in the last term. And what I had was pictures with these sounds. The pictures started with these sounds, and then every time they saw a picture, they had to decide what the picture started with, and then they would hold up one of these. And that worked really well. It was like a little game. They could earn points, and it was really fun. And they really enjoyed it. Another fun math activity was that I played the fly swatting game. And if you aren't familiar with what the fly swatting game is, you basically can do it, well, you can modify this game in many different ways. So what I did was, I had two A3s, and they had circles on them, and inside the circles was phonics or letters or sounds or whatever you call them, and the new letter I introduced as well was on there. And then they each got they were in teams, and each learner got a fly swatter or a makeshift fly swatter, or whatever it is that you would like to use that they can hit the letters with. And my role in the whole thing was to tell them which letter they need to find, and then they would see who can hit the letter the fastest and who can find it the fastest. And I really enjoyed using games and game-like activities on the mat. I found that it just worked out the easiest for me, and that the learners enjoyed it and really got to know the content when I did it in this form. So that is a little bit of insight, maybe a few ideas here and there of something that you can do in a language lesson specifically for grade R. These activities can definitely be modified for grade 1 to 3. But at the moment I can't think off the top of my head how I would do that. But I will leave that up to you, and that is me signing off for now. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, share this video with your student teacher friends, and leave your language activities that you have done in the comments. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye!